Hi, everybody, and welcome to AI Live. We have guests with us tonight. We have Mindy, Millat, and Erin, Velardo from the Aesthetic Show. So, yay!
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. We are going to be talking a lot about the Aesthetic Show tonight. A lot of really neat questions that you probably want to know and to learn about specifics of the show and maybe kind of specifics about them too.
Yep.
But first, we have some announcements.
No, we're supposed to talk about what you did.
Oh, what we did. Oh, what I did. Okay, what did we do? What did you do since the last AI Live?
I did nothing. No. I got a tan.
Just tan.
I did. I went to Miami and I was looking more into, I guess as I'm getting older, more into the rejuvenation aspect. So I was actually doing more research into stem cells and exosomes and getting treatment done on myself, plus learning how to inject patients about it. So that was really, really cool and fun. So I got a little respite of like a day or 2 days. That's why I got a tan, and then it's all work. So.
And I saw the pictures from your hotel room of the beautiful.
Oh, it was
ocean.
really nice. Yes,
it looked pretty.
Yeah,
I was jealous.
It was very expensive. I didn't realize Miami was expensive. They're like, oh yeah, it's spring break the whole like 3 months. I'm like, why didn't someone tell me?
Oh no!
But the hotel was really, really pretty. So
good.
But it was worth it. What about you? You've been all
I've
over
been
the
all
place.
over the place. I've been training in Oregon and Michigan, back in Boston for Modern Beauty Con, amazing conference, second year in a row, great speakers. So been traveling a bunch.
Yeah, and we're going somewhere.
And we're going somewhere in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In about 2 weeks, we'll be going to London.
London.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we're doing a Threads conference for Mint.
International Threads Conference.
How fun.
That's
exciting.
You, of course, what did we do? We held ourselves over like one day so we could go shopping.
Okay.
As you should. Shopping
Yes.
day, right?
Yes.
Follow
Definitely.
her Instagram, see what she buys.
And DM him. See what he eats off of his stories.
I know I need to look for restaurants.
Right, we
if
do.
you guys have any restaurant recommendations out there that must try,
DM us.
DM us.
DM us. We want something like a brunch on Sunday and a nice dinner on Sunday in London. So DM us, you guys.
Yes, please. Perfect.
So we have some kind of activity.
We're supposed to do a game.
There's
I don't
something.
know what this game is.
Okay, there's something that our team has put on the table in front of us. There are syringes here, and there's a piece of paper. Complete the techniques. Okay, so you guys tell us what we have to do. We're supposed to stand.
So what are we supposed to do? Okay.
Uh-oh, she says. Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3.
we
Flip it over.
Oh, we have to do techniques. Oh,
This is not fair.
Do we do
We're gonna
all
be,
of them?
Our students are going to be doing this at the Aesthetic Show.
I mean, we can't do this.
You don't, it's not a dart. It's a syringe.
Okay.
Whoa,
there
not
it
a
goes.
dart.
There we go.
So we have to do a bolus. Wait, we'll do a straight up and down bolus, right?
Okay, wait.
I'm
That's
following you.
That's straight up and
Do
down.
all of them?
Well, that's off my
Are we doing
thing.
a few?
I don't know.
You're moving the table.
I am not moving the table.
I am not. This is why I'm in
Oh my
content.
gosh, a fan.
I can't even get it out.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Are we supposed to do all these?
You guys,
I
look at
hope-
mine. Oh my gosh.
This sucks.
Hey, I not didn't
my
do
God.
I
so
already
bad.
injected like 30 patients today. My hand is tired.
Mine's just not wanting to
Oh,
cooperate.
Oh, I don't think I have the right
All right,
technique.
I'm doing one fan.
Well, my patient will not be happy with these outcomes. Just letting you know.
How are your
So is
patients? How are
mine.
your patients?
They're not doing really
That was
well.
a little hard on the plunger pressure.
Well, look
there.
at this one way over
Yeah,
here.
I got like
Went everywhere.
extra dots. That got all squiggly.
So
I
you're
don't know.
starting out with the plunger a little bit too hard.
Too
so
hard,
make it a little bit
okay.
more even.
This is why I'm in a different
Oh.
profession.
Yeah. We'll leave the
Oh my god.
this to you guys
This-
as the experts.
Oh shoot.
I think I realize I just
I
have
feel
a shaky
like
hand.
yeah, like I'm not putting
I feel like
a
I'm frosting
Jeez
a cake.
Louise,
You're moving
man.
a table.
I'm trying not to.
Mine
move
are
the
like not even like I'm so like not coordinated enough to get
I'm
enough
afraid I'm
out.
gonna run out of filler.
Let me just turn this.
Well, I think I'm a little heavy-handed over here.
oh my god.
The straight ones are a little easier.
I'm laughing now, so they're
Oh
just
my gosh,
crazy.
That's hilarious.
God.
I
my
think
gosh,
I'm
we're
running
bad.
out.
How are you doing?
Not
Not
good.
good. Look at
so
this.
here,
I
do this,
can't
you
even
guys,
go
do this.
on the line.
Support your hand with the other hand. So support your hand like this.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. sorry.
Oh,
Support your hand with the other hand. And then if you support it, you're a lot more stable.
That was a little better.
Does that help?
But I'm still a little heavy-handed on the start.
Yeah, there you go. So I would say tripod.
Oh, that didn't do
Right?
well.
And you can support it a little bit easier.
Okay, I have a newfound respect for what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's until you walk
And
in
then
people's
here's
shoes.
Exactly.
Gideon's lollipop technique is like inject, and then you do this.
Yay.
And then you're like,
Even though it looks
this.
like
There's your lollipop.
rap.
Looks like a. Oh. Here, I know. I'm just gonna take it away.
I'll go back to just some dots. I feel like that's way easier.
The straight line wasn't
Our
too
little
bad.
depots.
Look at my first one. I was like not even on the line.
This is
It
great.
doesn't come out evenly.
No, it's a
I'm
little.
done.
Excuses,
I'm supposed to-
excuses.
I
Oh,
just
you
did
the
one.
whole- Oh, I
Yeah, I did.
I'm just going. I'm
I
playing
did the whole
tic-tac-toe now.
Oh, okay.
I just started doing that. X and O.
I'm going to win.
Wow, I actually only used half the syringe.
Look at that. It's not
good.
even on the line.
No, my
Well,
fan sucks.
fine.
Looks like a little tadpole.
Well, that was fun. I think I need to go back to school.
Yeah, well,
If
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
going to go this.
Oh, that was fun, you guys.
we don't write.
That's not
I mean,
fair
we
for
don't-
them.
No.
Look at that one came out crazy.
Not fair
You
for them.
guys had an advantage.
Clearly unfair advantage.
It was
Just
a
saying.
slight advantage.
Just gonna
Do
say.
you see how hard it is, though?
Yeah.
People think it's so easy, and it's you really have to control the speed and how hard you push.
Yeah.
on
but
that
this is why people get
plunger.
lumpy lips.
Right.
Yeah.
These are
Right.
these are
Imagine.
lumpy these are lumpy lips.
Yeah.
right
Like,
there.
could you imagine my patient?
They'd be like,
Very unhappy.
Then they would come back and go, I have a lump.
Yeah. You're right. I knew that was going to happen.
I know you.
I saw it happening.
Yep.
saw
Yep.
what I was doing.
Hoping you wouldn't notice it, but
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, that's funny.
I can recommend you to someone else.
Yeah, I have the perfect place for you to go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
This is kind of
thank
cool.
you. It was
Fun.
Thanks, team.
Yeah.
You always
know.
Yeah.
you always surprise us.
that was fun.
I don't know if we should put these on top of each other or
No,
not.
no, flip it. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Smart.
Perfect. That's why you went to medical school?
Right?
I
That's why
always
we
think-
just do events.
I always think of ways so that I don't have to work harder.
That's
The
that's
lazy ones.
smart. That's
Okay, that
working
was fun. That
smarter.
was interesting. That's a whole new respect for
Yes.
we can't fill your shoes, and you have to
Next
learn.
time we
in
need to come
practice
up with
fill ours.
something for
Right?
you guys.
I know.
Organization.
What we do.
Excel? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what are we thinking here?
Oh, Excel.
We'll come up with something next
Editing,
year.
proofreading. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. So we get to go into
Yay.
tonight's topic. So we are here to
Yeah.
we're here to chit chat
Yeah,
about
we wanna-
the aesthetic
we wanna hear-
show, right? To
Yeah.
hear your story and to kind of see, you know, at the end of the day, to me, it's always there's so many conferences in the U.S.
I was just about to
what
say that.
makes
Yep.
TAS
Different.
to me different
Special.
and better, and why people should show up. So,
Definitely.
And I'm going to back up a little bit. This little one right here
uh-huh.
was like the runner years ago.
I
And
was.
she would like come to the room and go, Lori, it's time for you to talk. And she'd take me in my room. Now she's running the spiel.
Wow. So you've seen it all.
I have. I
Been
have.
around from the
It's
beginning.
been so amazing to see you blossom and to grow and mature in this role.
Thank you.
And I kind of want you to go through that and tell the audience, like, you've done this for a long time and how you've kind of grown into this. And
Right.
Mindy, you were like the queen bee.
She
forever.
was. She was. I mean, she's still amazing. I still
Yeah.
bother her daily. I'm like, how do I do? What should I do? I need your opinion. So, yeah, I actually started with the original founders of the aesthetic show. But before the aesthetic show, all we had was the aesthetic guide, which was back then known as the aesthetic buyer's guide. So
Uh-huh.
that was 17 years ago, which I don't know where the time has gone. Yeah, it's amazing. But that's where I started. So I've been in this industry for 17 years. Started out as not even working on the event at all. I only worked on the publishing side of the magazine. So coordinating, proofreading, editing, all those things you were talking about, the content, managing that. And then Mindy came along.
Please come.
Yeah.
Please come to
Yeah.
my side.
So Mindy and I have worked together for how long? How long have you been with the company?
I think I'm going on about 12 or 13
Wow.
years. So it's been a long run for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So definitely things changed when Mindy came on board as far as being the show organizer as a total. She did it all. and I don't know how, because now, I'm like,
no idea.
how did you do this all from literally building the program, recruiting the faculty, managing the faculty, and then on site being the contact for every exhibitor and sponsor? So I don't know how she ever slept.
I know.
Yeah, and I also don't know how she had children during that time, but yeah, she did
It's
it.
all a blur.
Definitely. So
I
when
know she'd turn her phone off for the week after. Like,
yes,
absolutely.
I have no phone.
Yes.
And I just dreamed I was at the Bahamas, but I was really just laying on my couch.
definitely. So when she started, she was running everything, and then about 3 years ago, we did some restructuring, and they came to me and asked if I would be interested in filling her shoes in the program content area and the speaker recruitment and management. So that's how I came to be on the show full time. So versus being the runner and just sitting in the speaker ready room saying hello to all of you, reading your schedules, etc. That's how I moved up in the world. So yeah.
Got more stressed.
It's just a little.
What a responsibility.
I know that is such.
I think every year we're just trying to grow the show in so many aspects of the content, what we're offering, the different programs, and to do that, you need a bigger and solid team to do that, you know. So we had to restructure, and we had to add, great people into different segments of it, and I couldn't speak more highly than her of like she would be perfect for the content and the program and the faculty and all of that. So we're lucky she said yes to come on and but like I said, we're trying to grow it. So we had to kind of divide everything into different departments, of conference and exhibitor and sponsorships, and then marketing. How do we market it? And then just logistics of it, like how do we run it, the circus wheel. So
there are a lot of people that
exactly
come
what it
that
is.
gets very sick.
Yes, it can. But like I said, 3 years into this, I still am bothering Mindy pretty much daily with what would you do? How would you do this? What would, what's your opinion? So yeah, I'm sure she's days probably like, Erin, it's enough already.
I would be doing the same thing. I totally get it. And
Why
I'm
not,
sure,
right?
I'm sure I'm like, this is her baby still. Like you're
Yes.
okay,
dear
so-
to my heart, just
Right,
as dear
it
to
is.
your heart.
Yes.
It is our baby.
Yeah.
It is.
And we've been around. It's been our one conference that we've been around for. I mean, I'm on 12 or 13 years. She's seen it since the beginning, and it just holds a special place in our heart, and like you said, there's hundreds of conferences out there. Like, why are we different?
Right.
And why, we just try to definitely be different. But we're just honored, like everybody who's probably watching, like, yeah, there are 100 conferences out there. Why are you guys on here talking about Taz? And we're just honored that we are and that you guys choose to be part of the aesthetic show as well.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
We're honored. I think one really great thing about Taz is it's aesthetic. It's focused towards aesthetics. It's not broken up into different aspects of, say, cosmetic things.
Right.
So it's really focused on aesthetics. People can come and they get education from all aspects, business to, estheticians can come get information, nurses, physicians, all levels, beginning, intermediate, advanced. You can choose what level you want to partake in, and you learn from any of those. So there's something for everybody who's interested in aesthetics at Taz. And that's why I think it's been and it still is such a valuable conference.
And I think that's what we really hone in on and are proud of, and where the foundation came from. Like that's why the aesthetic show was created. There needed to be something out there for everybody, not segmented just to one one designation or one level or one ever. We're truly multi-specialty and open arms to anybody and everybody out there, and try to cover something for everybody out there at each level. At each level,
get as I've watched it, because I've been doing this for 18 years. I've watched it grow. You've seen the segmented things. RNs here, NPs here, plastic surgeons, derms, and you're now seeing, especially since COVID, we're seeing, especially in our classes, radiologists,
Yeah,
dentists.
right,
They're all
right.
from all walks of life coming into this field. And I think we need to open the doors to
Yes.
educate people properly
Yes.
and really, really. What it does is it brings the whole level of the industry up
Right.
instead of it being, oh no, that's not good
Yes,
because we
yes.
see those bad results or
Right.
these things. And
Yep.
I think that there's just too much inbreeding fighting right now. And there still is, unfortunately.
There is, yeah.
And so hopefully, I think your show really does bring the camaraderie back
Right.
together.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there are still shows that are still
100%.
very, very much
100%.
more oriented toward one designation than others.
Right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, to me, those don't make sense. And I think we need to be focusing at expertise and education and knowledge rather than degree.
Right.
Because we have people of all different degrees doing the same thing, and some do it better than others, and some have a lower degree than the other one,
right.
and they do it better. So I think respecting the knowledge and the expertise of no matter what that degree is,
Right.
is wonderful. And I think the show doesn't denote that. You can be whatever you want to, as long as you're licensed to inject in your state or whatever. You do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
And you learn and take that back with you. And you're just going to make yourself better. It's like we need to focus on ourselves, not everybody else around us.
Right.
Yep.
And we need to make ourselves better and get away from that competitive crap.
Well, and there needs to be a place for them to be educated
Yes.
and be educated for those people who have been in it for a long time and do,
Right.
where are they going to go for that then? They're
Right.
going to come into the industry and do it. Like, let's
True.
educate
Right.
them,
Yeah.
right?
True.
And help, and like you said, elevate it. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was what made the aesthetic show visionary at its time. It was the only one out there doing that. And so we want to continue that and we want to keep growing that. So I'm glad that is translating out there.
Yes.
Right?
It is, and you. I think Taz just keeps reinventing itself, which is really good. You have a new program this year for business.
Yeah, we
you
do.
were saying.
Yeah, actually, we do. We do. It's so we had the certified aesthetic consultant program for many years, and we realized based on what people were telling us they needed, a little more in depth, and needed to get a little more deep dive into the nuts and bolts of really where you start each kind of level of growing your business or starting your business in aesthetics. So it's not 100% a TAS program per se, but we will be offering 3 of the modules at TAS. So that's the Certified Aesthetic Practice Program, and that is in partnership with Paul Nassif, and I think many of us know who he is, but he, besides being a renowned plastic surgeon, has a finance degree, and entrepreneurship is very near and dear to him. He owns a lot of different businesses, et cetera. So he said, we need to do this. This is a need. Everybody keeps saying they're going to do it, but let's really do it. And so we sat down. He literally sat down with us and built out that curriculum and said, this is what people need to know, whether it's a med spa or it's an aesthetic practice or, a plastic surgeon, whatever, whatever it is. These are what people need to know.
Excellent.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
That is very needed. It's very much needed because we don't learn business in nursing and medical school.
Exactly.
Right.
So we are not
Exactly.
good
You're
business
done, and
people.
you're
Right.
going, what do I
Right.
do? Yeah.
Right.
We don't know about liabilities. What are
Right.
liabilities.
Yeah.
I don't-
Right.
So
Right.
we learn
Yeah.
along the way.
Yes.
Oh, you better
Yes.
learn all.
So
Yes.
it's. That's something. I think I want to go and take a course.
Right.
That's going to be so.
You
so
can sit in
valuable.
on it.
Yeah.
I will.
It's virtual, so it'll be
Yeah,
available whenever.
I love it.
Between all your traveling and going out for teaching and everything else, it'll be there for you.
I love it. That's going to be
Awesome.
We're
so.
really
beneficial to
excited
everybody.
about that. Really
That's gonna
excited
be
about
awesome.
that. Yeah.
I want to back up a little bit. Mindy,
Yeah.
you started leading this thing. Your role has expanded,
Yeah.
and you're Mama Hen now. So explain kind of where you are in this whole process with the show.
So, like I was saying, I used to overlook kind of everything and kind of have my hands into everything. And when we became Informa, we just decided we need to kind of restructure that and we need a different division. So I really wanted to hone in on the exhibitor and sponsor part of it, where we needed to create different departments for everybody and kind of have everybody overlook those and have more bodies there. So I look more over the exhibitor and sponsor side of everything versus, say, content and the program or the logistics part of it now. So I enjoy it. I love it. I love the relationships I build. And it just really, it keeps me educated out there of what is going on in the industry, of all the exhibitors and sponsors who come through. We have our people who've been there forever, which since day one, which are amazing. But it's interesting to see all the new ones that come through every year of like, okay, what's going on? What's that new technique, or what's that new device, or what's that new treatment that is coming through? So, and we are lucky, like those new companies, or, maybe if they've been established for a while, do choose to come to the aesthetic show. You're going to see all of that there. Everything you may need in your practice, everything you're looking for, it's all there. The hall has expanded. We have a lot going on in there.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And not lost.
Bring your walking shoes.
I'll say that.
Yes.
Walking shoes.
You're not lost huge, but like enough that you're getting to see all the new stuff out there. But we have also an exhibit hall stage in there. So we do a lot of presentations, live demonstrations in there. We have a new area of the treatment center where there'll be 12 companies in there doing literally treatments on attendees that are coming through.
Oh, wow.
And it's for you to see those new devices that are out there, those new products that are out there, and actually getting real time, get to one-on-one for an hour with them, getting treated on it, talking to them about it, or whatever it may be. And that's on the exhibit hall as well. And people get to pre-register and book those appointments. So that's also pretty exciting and new for us in there.
That's cool.
So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That's
So we're
awesome.
excited about that. And it just has good energy. We try to bring entertainment, feel to it. You're not just at your conference sitting there 8 hours, learn, and then, what do I do? Go to my hotel room. You absolutely don't do that at the aesthetic show. You're in Vegas already, but
One thing I used to love was like the whole award ceremony where we got dressed up, but we didn't really have that as much. So are we? Is there going to be a fun night or something where this kind of?
So I think last year you were teaching. You had to go somewhere else to teach.
Yeah.
You're always somewhere teaching. But it was our first year introducing the Aesthetic Awards Gala.
Yeah.
So it was a sit down, like serve dinner, full dinner, wine for the table. People got dressed up. We had entertainment. We had a live band of doctors. Actually, they're plastic surgeons they went to school together at UCLA, I guess, and formed a band. So they came and performed.
Really
a couple of them spoke for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot be booked somewhere else.
Yes. So
Saturday.
Yes.
So it's Saturday evening. Yeah. It's just we did revamp it a bit, but we still have the awards aspect of it. People are going to submit prior to TAS, which I'm excited. It will open next week.
Yes.
So you can submit your treatments, your before and afters. We also have industry awards of best new non-surgical device. Best new surgical practice management companies out there. So, and then we will announce a few of those winners at the aesthetic show, and then the rest will be announced in the aesthetic guide. But it will still be a really fun, entertaining event. We can't tell you what the entertainment is yet, but we will. It will be a great night again, and people will be able to dress up, gala, nice dinner,
It's always
dance.
so fun to
Yes,
dress up.
it is. It is, and it's open to everyone. So anybody, and it benefits my face. So it is a portion of the proceeds of ticket sales go to my face. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love
So it's good cause too. Good reason to come out and party. Yes, always need that, right?
Love that. Oh, good. I love that. I'm so excited.
You better not book yourself. She's always the one that books herself.
Totally stay.
No Hawaii trips this time.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
That's where she was going. She
I had
hopped
to
on
fly
a
out
plane to Hawaii.
That's right. I do my COVID test in the room.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully none of that.
Oh my gosh, that's not this year. No, that's not happening. That's what it was. Oh my
That
gosh.
is what it was.
We missed you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So, one question is, I think people always ask, like, how do you choose presenters and topics? Because you know there are probably a lot of people out there that are like want to consider being a presenter, or have their topics they want to talk about.
Sure.
How do you guys choose? And
That's
How
a
do
great
they
question.
Apply.
Yeah, so similar to other conferences, a few years ago we introduced the idea of abstract submissions to try to sort of step up the scientific value, right? So we start with that, and then of course we always bring back fan favorites. So anybody that's beloved always gets that invite, and then after that, it's really a lot of our own research. So I'm constantly looking in the magazine for new voices that we're hearing from. The industry, just out there reading other articles out there, keeping up. I mean, as silly as it sounds, even watching shows like The Housewives or whatever to see who's coming on to treat, and then looking them up. Are they really as good as they are making them out to be, right? But a big initiative, I will say, is definitely we want new voices always, and we want the multi-specialty represented. So if someone wants to teach, they can have my email. I'm always available. Reach out to me. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you're passionate about. We're all ears. So
Amazing.
yeah,
I do. I get messages of sometimes providers saying, "Well, I'd love to share. How do I get started? Where do I
Definitely.
get started in this?"
especially a recommendation from existing faculty will always go a long way, right? So anytime you guys come to me and say, "Hey, we have someone, you need to get them on," great. They're getting an instant invite. So if you're vouching for them, then we trust your judgment, right? So
Very cool.
We'll vet them for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome,
It makes our job
awesome.
easy. See, now you know.
We're doing your job.
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Thanks. There you go.
That's
I love that.
awesome.
We'll take the help.
That's so much fun.
So what kind of new hot topics are you seeing for this year?
That's a great question. So a lot has been around, not really new or hot, right? But injectables. People just want more of it, more about it, everything that goes in, into it, techniques, area specific, complications management, anatomy. So really, that's always a big focus, and it remains so. Threads, still sort of growing in the popularity. I mean, they've definitely reached a high milestone with, lately in these past few years.
Gosh, yes.
But more people want the training. They want to hear from those thread lift masters, right? So that regenerative, as you were talking about. So biofillers, PRP, exosomes are such a hot topic. So that's a big area. And then, like you said, just bringing higher level quality content in those areas. So, not to jump ahead or whatever, but to get kind of into it, it's like that is one of the biggest reasons that we wanted to elevate our foundations course. It's been around for a few years. It's great, but we knew it was time to really step it up. And so that's why we were excited when we were able to sit down with you guys and talk about a partnership. And, that's where we are now. So that's kind of what I'm most excited about, is that we're elevating that program with content from experts. So
Thank you. We're excited.
I know, we're super excited.
Yeah, we're excited that it'll help to educate both newer injectors and then more advanced injectors.
Exactly.
So we kind of like to cater to everybody.
Right.
So it'll be fun. It'll be a busy day.
It's always
They have,
busy.
they have to
When
do
is
their
it not?
homework before they come.
Yes.
When is it not a busy
When is
day?
it not a
Right.
busy day?
Right. And I
fun.
think that aspect of it that you just mentioned, the pre-learning, the virtual didactic pre-learning is really, I feel, kind of what is elevating this program. We're taking it very seriously. We want to make sure that, again, we are creating really solid, good injectors because, like you said, you hit the nail on the head. This isn't going away.
Nope.
We can't ignore that people are practicing aesthetics. So instead, we embrace and we make sure we create really solid providers that won't injure people.
We want patients to be safe, and we want good outcomes.
Yes.
Our main goals.
Yes.
And I think like we were saying, the pre-didactic, it's 4 hours long, so you have to figure out your time. To sit down.
Yes, that is true. You have to complete that.
Homework to do to come into the course.
To the course. So it's something that you can watch over and over again that you can kind of help reinforce it. So we've kind of abbreviated
And
our,
I think
our
it's
big
important
course.
because I think sometimes when you get overloaded information, you get at the end of the lecture and everyone's blank
Right.
stares at you.
Oh, 100%. That is so true.
What did
That
you
is so
say?
true. Yeah,
Get it.
that is so true. And then the materials too, kind of along with what you're saying, the materials that you're providing in this course that we've never provided before, the access to it after the fact for 6 months, even the videos of the live demonstrations or the live training that we'll have.
Right.
Recording those and having access, all things we've never offered before. So just really excited. I know this is like me excited, but I swear I am. I swear I am.
I'm really excited.
It's our ongoing joke. Like I'm pretty inside. Internally, I'm really excited.
No, we can tell you're excited. It's okay.
Awesome.
But it's kind of like, I think it kind of offers people a peek into the aesthetic immersion.
Right.
Because
Yes.
that's what we do.
Yes.
You know, we record everything. Their classes, we record them and they get to watch it later online and listen and rehear whatever they were taught. So we really think that reinforcement is really important in education so that they can kind of go, oh, that's right. That's what they said. Or that's right. You know,
Exactly.
Let me go back and look at this video again.
Exactly.
And it helps us retain this. And it's all to help benefit the safety of patients and better outcomes.
Exactly.
Because with good outcomes, all the companies look good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All the companies
Exactly.
look good.
It really is true. I mean,
That
the
is
majority
true.
of all adverse events is because of practitioner issues.
Right. Right.
You know,
That's a good
it
point.
really is practitioner issues. I mean, these injectables, these machines, they're all FDA approved. They've done their
Right.
studies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good
I
point.
mean,
Good point. User
I mean,
malfunction, right?
User malfunction, unfortunately. The
Yes,
car didn't just
yes.
run into the wall.
Yeah.
On its own.
Great analogy. Great analogy. That's good.
But, I
That's a
mean-
perfect way to put it. For sure. For sure.
But I mean, that's the fun part about a lot of this stuff that you guys are doing is really elevating. I like to hear, you're adding the business aspect because these are things that we hear out there.
Right.
When I just do random trainings, people are always asking that, and I'm like, I don't have time to talk about that.
Right,
I
like,
was
I'm-
hired to do this.
do this,
For you
yeah.
guys.
Yes. Yes.
DM me, and then you try to explain it. But I mean, we're only one people, and we only have 24 hours in a
Exactly.
day,
Yeah,
and there's
exactly.
only so much we can help you
Exactly.
with. I mean, a lot of it, luckily for us, we've been blessed that we've made some mistakes, but it hasn't been detrimental
Right.
to us.
Right.
But we've learned along the way, and so these type of programs are really great business. Our foundations course, these are just going to set people up to have a more successful career.
Yep.
Is
Exactly.
really what it is. I mean, when I got in the industry 18 years ago, I remember literally we started off with a silk peel machine, back then a silk peel, on the floor. Because we literally sat down, it was like a summer, and 4 months later we decided to open up something. And I was in my second year of residency. Wow. So it was my physician assistant partners that were like the ones doing it and organizing it. And I mean, back then it was laser and then one Restylane and one Botox, which is so much easier than now.
Yeah.
Like now,
point.
people
You're like
there.
overwhelmed.
You're
Yes.
literally
like, what?
overwhelmed. What do I
Yes.
use? Why do I use it?
Yeah.
And I think that's where, I think if you understand the foundations of everything, it makes it easy to go, okay, I want to use that because of that. I want to use that because
Right.
of that.
Right.
I think people unfortunately want the one answer, and I don't like teaching people that because
Right.
that's a cop-out way. That's
Right.
that's really not educating yourself
Right.
on why this industry. If you're going to do that, move to a different industry.
Right.
Because you're just going to give our industry a bad name.
Exactly. Exactly.
It really is.
I agree.
So we're going to have fun.
Lots of teaching.
Lots of
Yeah.
teaching.
Yes. Yes.
So some of the things, like we can kind of talk about some of the topics we're going to cover in the foundations of advanced injectables if you want. We
Oh.
can kind of, there's different topics. Yeah.
Toxins, aging of the face, which I think is actually more important.
Yes.
We'll talk about the fillers, the rheology. There's so much that needs to be talked about. I mean, I even think that basic course is a great basic course, but there's so much more I want to talk about. I think there's a lot of things that I think aren't even addressed in the industry, like just finessing the needle.
Right.
how to hold the needle, how to push the
Right.
product
yeah,
out.
we felt
People
that.
don't-
Yeah.
People don't
Yes.
think about
Yeah.
that.
No.
And it's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing ever. Like even holding a cannula and the direction, like we were talking about it, the 3D spatial, like we're like
I'm gonna
we
write a
have-
paper on this,
We
I
have the
swear.
point here. The cannula's supposed to go here, and somehow you can see the cannulas going here, and you're like, but the dot's up here, like, and they're like, yeah, I'm there. We're like,
No, not even close.
here, like,
And
how?
and it happens a lot.
It's weird.
It happens a lot with longer needles and cannulas.
It's like 3D spatial.
almost
They
like-
don't know how to get that
Yeah,
needle point
it's
to
almost
the dot.
It's almost a lack of linear
weird.
perception. Is
Yeah.
how I'm
Right.
terming it, because it's almost like they can't. Some people can't understand that this line goes this direction and this line doesn't go over here.
Which seems like so basic.
It's basic. Trust
so
me.
basic.
No,
but-
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
You know.
It's and I didn't realize it until we start teaching this.
Right.
I realized that it's not just one person. It's
No.
it's
It's
kind of
many.
it's many. So I'm trying to figure out a way that we can help. I'm such a visual learner that we can kind of help students perceive it differently to make it understand that something goes this direction.
so
If it's
interesting.
straight, it goes this direction.
Right, right.
And it doesn't go this direction.
I love that. Straight means this.
Yeah, this way, not
Yeah.
that way.
That's so
it's-
interesting.
But there's
I'm
many
puzzled.
topics,
Yeah.
like those type of things
Right.
that are intriguing to me.
Right.
That you go on stage and people talk about this filler, what they can do,
Right.
stuff like that. But really, at the end of the day, it's an artistry type of a thing, and I think we don't have enough topics, so maybe you guys can force some topics out
Right,
there.
right.
On literally how this is an art.
Right.
This, like, people take it and they want, how much do I inject in here? 0.1, 0.2? And I'm like,
right.
watch it change. Like if you put 0.1 there and you hold it there and nothing's changed, like you need to add more.
Yeah.
I don't know if that common sense just goes over people's heads.
It might
but
just be the lack of knowledge too on what happens after. Is tomorrow, is it going to be bigger? Is it going to be smaller? Like
Yeah.
maybe? I'm not sure.
interesting that people, everyone's like, it's medicine, but
Right.
then you forget it's art.
It
art.
It
is.
is.
Oh my
And
gosh, it is.
It is. I say that all the time. You
Yeah.
can tell great injectors from good injectors because you're
It's
like,
true.
wow, they saw the vision
Yes.
before it
Yes.
was existing, and so I'm always amazed. But what kind of along with what you're saying, when we were trying to do the straight lines,
I couldn't go straight.
Yeah.
So I kind of.
so I can't make fun. I shouldn't make fun of anybody for that after what I experienced. But I think that's one of the great things. Not to just keep talking about the course, but another thing we haven't done is having the experience stations where
Yes.
the students are going to do things like
Yes.
that,
Right.
and you're going to be able to explain to them, no, that's not how you hold your hand, or that's
Right.
those kinds of things. So I think again, that's another great aspect about the course that's hands-on, practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
then-
kind of being out of it is each station have a different practice or not topic that they.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting because in the level 1 they get to actually push, feel, touch the product themselves, and we'll have some silicone heads and things like that. But in the level 2, they're gonna get up close and personal with the injectors, and they're gonna get to see different regions. So about 45 minutes on different regions. I think about 6 or 7
6 or 7
regions. Yeah.
different regions.
And that again is something that attendees keep asking for.
Yeah.
Facial balance is great, right? Treating a patient, okay, that's all fine, but really getting to see what your technique is for the lips,
Yep.
and ages.
Yep.
It changes, right?
It changes.
It's not cookie cutter. You're not going to walk up to a patient and treat them all the same. I mean, we've seen that, obviously, and as an industry, we're working to move away from that.
Everybody has
but-
the same jawline.
The whole-
Yes. Everybody has the same cheeks, right? Or the
Yeah.
same lips. So definitely, again, just goes back to why we are so passionate about what we do along with you guys. But yeah, so I mean, that's again, just an exciting aspect of the course of how it's going to be different, but really give people that practical experience. And even in the live, even though you're observing when it comes to the injectors, injectors injecting, you get to be part of the conversation. The injectors we get are experts at what they do, and they know how to interact while they're injecting, bring you into the conversation. Well, what would you do? And then talk you through maybe why that's a great option or not a great option, right? Or why they don't do that, how they avoid a complication, or what they've learned along the way. So because I don't think any injector has never had a complication, right? So being able to share that. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, sorry. Well, let's knock on wood. Let's not jinx her.
Tomorrow I'm going to have.
You jinxed her. No, for sure. That's why you're teaching these courses, though. You've mastered this by being so careful about what you do. But, everybody that is open to sharing, yes, I've gone through that. And this is what I learned from it. This is how I know to avoid it. This is how you can avoid it. That's the kind of information that you're going to get there that makes it so valuable. Because you're not just watching someone on a TV do something, right? You're there talking to them.
And what's the level 1, you got your hands on there. We've got silicone head you're playing with. You're pushing syringes, and you're doing all kinds of fun stuff at these stations. It's great stuff to help with the dexterity in the field, right? Level 2, when you're more experienced, you've kind of done that. And really, if I go and I really watch someone do something, I can go replicate that.
Nice.
I can, if I know what I'm doing, and I know the depths, and I know the tissue, and I can watch them and go, that's a cool technique, and I can go and try to replicate that when we're more experienced.
Right.
So that's why I think that what we're doing in the level 2, where we're interacting, they're like, well, how deep are you? Where are you going? Like, they can go to their office and they can replicate that. They can do it because they've got that experience behind them. So I think it's going to be really valuable to everybody. We're so excited.
I know.
We're excited.
It's going to be great.
Really good.
It is.
It's a fun class.
It's going to be like the class to be in.
But keep in mind, you guys, and the space is kind of limited.
Yes.
I was just
That's a great point.
It is limited. So
first come, first serve.
Yes.
We're getting up there. So
right.
We're keep it small enough.
Yes,
because it needs to be intimate.
It does.
Yeah.
It has to be a valuable learning experience, and that comes with smaller group learning. So yes, as Mindy said, don't think about it too long, right? Because you might think yourself right out of a spot.
You're gonna go next year.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So tell us kind of, Mindy, you're involved with a lot of the other conferences too.
Yeah.
Tell us like how TAS is different from some of the other ones that you run.
Well, I mean, I think we've kind of covered, it's just that multi-specialty aspect of it. We run other conferences, maybe they have a little bit more of a specialty aspect to it. I think TAS just has a lot more different programs going on and education going on as well. We have that whole pre-show going on at TAS, and it's always been set up that way. Like we had a pre-show of education, then we have the main conference, and it's 4 days of education, and that might scare some people, but there's just great stuff to pile all into that
CMEs are offered.
Yes.
We all love CMEs, you guys.
Yes.
CMEs, and it's just I hate to say it, but it has
she's gonna say our most dreaded word, but I'm gonna replace it.
Okay.
TAS created edutainment.
Yes. Thank you.
We created it. We did, and whoever's gonna argue with me, but we did. We created that that feeling of not being bored out of your mind, getting educated, right? Sure. So we have fun speakers. That's her word. So we have.
What's a better word than fun? But
entertaining,
like creative. Just keeping people wanting to be in their seats. You're in Vegas. There's a lot to do there.
Yes.
There's a lot of distraction, and we need people to get up in the morning and want to come down there, and that's our goal. And I think we have fulfilled that over, I think we're on our 16th year. So we're going on 16. Ooh, and I think, every year it gets a little bit better to do that. So, it's just, our other conferences, don't get me wrong. They're great, but this just, Do
you find that this conference, TAS, seems to get more of the vendors out there? Because I've heard from the vendor side, they seem to get a lot more sales from that
They do.
side of it. They
Yeah.
seem to
They do.
get more
Yeah.
sales during TAS than other conferences.
They do.
So hopefully that means that more vendors are coming, so you can see a broader range of what's
Yes.
out there.
Yeah.
That's a great
compared
point.
to some of the other conferences, because I think that that's great because you don't have to go and search for it. You
Right.
literally can go and spend time with each vendor
Right.
Yeah.
and really learn what you need to fit into your demographics
Right.
into your practice
Yeah.
to continue expanding it.
Yeah,
is true.
absolutely. And, the hall's expanded a bit and just to make room for all the companies that are out there, like one-stop shop for people, and I think a lot of our attendees do take advantage of that at the aesthetic show, and that's where they find what they want to add to their practice. That's where they upgrade. That's where they get the new device or product or whatever it is. And we get great feedback about that, you know? So we just keep trying to make that a place for attendees to be able to do that.
And what's nice is the vendors are so happy to see the attendees.
Yeah. Right.
And it's not like, I want to sell you something. It's just they love to share what they love about their products and what they can do and how they can benefit a practice. So it's fun. I think it's like this show is just a sharing show.
Yeah.
We're sharing what we've learned. It's just everybody shares and everything.
Right.
And what's fun is the people who have come over years.
Right.
Yes.
You gain new friends and you get to see old friends from all over the country, and it's so fun to connect because our aesthetic family is the aesthetic community is smaller than what you think.
Right.
Absolutely.
We were just
Absolutely.
we were just talking about that
It's
earlier.
smaller than what you think, and we're all very interconnected.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so nice to see our family, our friend
And
family.
I feel like it is kind
again.
of a family
We
there.
do feel like
we've
that.
had so many people be there from day one,
Right.
from faculty to just an attendee.
Right.
Like they don't want to be part of the faculty. They're like, that's not why we're. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be there. I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
there. I just enjoy being here, and it's great to see. And I think a lot of times for new attendees that we do get, like maybe they send the owner or the doctor or their nurse first, and then they come back and be like, no, like everybody's got to come.
Right.
So that's the good thing. Like I feel like practices bring almost everybody that they can, without maybe completely shutting down.
Once they find out about it,
Yeah.
Right.
it's like we will send all of our staff.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Because
I do.
it's so we do. It's so valuable.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
And we
It's
do
awesome.
see a lot of that just as, once we evaluate everything at the end, like, okay, that person came last year and then this year he brought 10 people with them. Or she brought 15 people with her. Like it's great. You
It
know?
is.
So, and it just, there's space for everybody, and it's at the Win. And
Oh, right.
It's
So
just,
nice.
it's
beautiful.
Yeah.
I
right.
love the Win.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Right.
What a beautiful setting.
I know.
It is.
Just, let me warn you. The new conference rooms, are we down the
Yeah. We're there.
the new conference rooms are like downstairs and like a mile down the hallway. So bring comfortable shoes. And
Yes.
just throw some heels in a bag
Yes.
and you'll be good.
We're thinking about getting those little scooters.
Oh,
I can pick you up at the elevator and just scoot you
Yes.
around.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
The long
it's
thing you see at the
long.
airports,
It is long.
like
It's
golf
long.
carts almost.
because I'll tell you what, when I have to wear heels
Yes,
the whole
yes.
day, it costs me a lot of money because
Don't blame
he takes me to a store to buy $700 tennis shoes because my feet are.
I was
so
gonna
bad.
say you can wear your tennies now.
Yes. Yes.
He introduced me to the run shoes, so I couldn't even walk. I was walking in my bare feet through the
Yes.
casino. I couldn't even walk. It was
We
just-
we
Well, I
hear
think
you.
our show management all needed a pair.
right.
I know. I like those.
Right?
Yeah.
I like those.
It's
Those
the
are cute.
Louboutin.
Yes.
We got to get you.
Yes.
Those are super cute. We'll have to click them at the end of the show
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Take
yeah.
me home.
Well, any last minute things from you guys for everybody is watching about TS?
This has gone so
it's
fast.
happening.
Oh my
It
gosh.
has
When
gone
is
it?
fast.
happening?
And sorry,
When
it's
is
all
it?
about
When
the
is it,
aesthetic
Mindy?
show.
When is it?
Yeah, so it is July 7th to the 10th, Las Vegas at the Win. We do have our pre-show, which we kind of talked about, and that's where this new program is with the foundations of advanced injections. So it is on that Thursday. So come in early for that. And then, we're we're thankful you guys have us here every
Right,
year. I
right.
know we're
Thank
talking about
you.
all us, but
Right.
we just have a passion for it, and there's a lot of conferences out there, and we get it, you guys. It's just check it out. I'm sure some of you have been there before. Come back. We have a lot of great things this year to offer, and you can see Lori and Gideon.
Yes. And if they come, it must be great.
And if you see,
It is.
if you're there, you please
Say hi
come
to
and
them.
come say hi to us, but
Yes.
come say hi to Erin and Mindy.
Yes.
Because they're the queen bees. And they
They
work
really
so
are.
very hard to coordinate this massive effort. It's like
know.
putting together 15 weddings that happens over 4 days. So it's just a huge effort, and the organization, more power to you.
Seriously.
That's why I inject jelly.
And we don't.
And we do not do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
unlike
We
everybody,
just stay in our lane. We're good.
I
we're
agree. I'm
here
the same.
to help. We're here
Thank
to
you.
educate. We want everybody, if you can't make TAS, like reach out to us with any questions you may have, direction you need. We have conferences, we have a publication, we have a lot going on in the
Right.
industry. We have some really valuable information and education and resources that everybody can use
Amazing.
in many ways.
Yeah, and if you already get the aesthetic guide, which is the magazine, in the back, you'll see a little pamphlet for the
Yeah.
aesthetic immersion for our
yes.
courses. So
Yes.
just grab that pamphlet and sign up when you get it before it's full.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Our foundations of advanced injectables. Look out for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that, we were told that we need to announce our May contest, right? So we have a new contest, and so I think it's supposed to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. So this little segment of AI will go onto YouTube under the aesthetic immersion, and comment on your favorite episode, and then you will be entered to win one of our webinars from our library, and the contest starts today.
And it'll go
Awesome.
all through May,
Mm-hmm.
and the winner will be decided the end of May. So it will be really, really fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Our one webinar. Come on, guys. They're valued $199.
Our next AI Live is going to be on mentorship business. It's going to be on business. So that will be, we all want to know more about business. In fact, the Aesthetic Show is pulling more business into it now. So it's going to be June 7th. And we're going to have a focus on the business component of our clinic. So we need this.
Yes.
You guys need this. So tell your friends about this. And anybody who owns a clinic, who wants to own a clinic, who's even thinking about owning a clinic, or who works at a clinic and wants to know more business,
Right?
sign up for the webinar, and we're AI Live, and that's a free one, so you guys will be able to do that.
All right. Our next AI Live will be June 7th. And I guess a replay of this AI Live will be on the YouTube channel by Friday. And if you guys have any questions for us, email us at learn@theaestheticimmersion.com. And as well, I guess we also have a podcast. I forget always that we do. It is available. I know. We're not tired of hearing our voices. Available on Friday on Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music. Wow.
That's
kinda
cool.
I know.
Very cool. Who knew?
That's
Clearly
That
you
should
did.
be on Spotify. What do you say?
Are you going to sing?
No.
You do so many
Never.
other things.
I
We'll
will
have you
never
sing at
sing.
the
Right?
Woods Gala.
Never.
Oh, you could be entertainment.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Never. It ain't happening.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us at AI Live, and we'll see you at the next one, June 7th.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Bye-bye.
Yes, thanks.